What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Enigmatica 6, and today we're going to be taking on the challenge of fighting some pretty unique bosses. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different than normal because we're typically just spending time down here in the base, setting up a bunch of machines and trying to automate as much as we possibly can, and we've done that for pretty much 17 episodes now. And at a certain point, it gets a little bit boring. I figure we got to spice things up a little bit, and so we're going to be fighting some bosses today, which is very uncharacteristic for me. I tend to not really do a bunch of fighting and adventuring when I'm playing in mod packs or just with singular mods. But we've recently made some serious upgrades to the armor that I'm wearing, and I've done some of it off camera, but the pneumatic armor is pretty powerful, so I enchanted it recently and got some decent enchants on it. I didn't go out of my way to make it extra overpowered, but on top of that, we have now armor upgrades in every single piece. And as you can see, if we take a look down at my statistics right now for my character, we've got some solid armor. We've got, maybe 15 hearts in there and all that good stuff. We've got some solid weapons and I've got a good bow in my storage system right now. So I figured let's test this out. Let's see how good it is. And let's take on a couple boss fights. So the mod that we're going to be using for these is one that I've actually never heard of before. And it is called Meet Your Fight. Now, there's a lot of different items up here from it, and there's essentially 3 different bosses, and so you're going to summon them using the Haunted Bell, the Devil's Ante, and the Fossil Bait. Now, each of these bosses is kind of like a different level of difficulty, and so I believe the Fossil Bait, the swampjaw, is going to be the easiest. Then I think the bellringer is going to be the second easiest, and the hardest one is Dame Fortuna. And so we're going to go in order, but really the cool thing about these is not only are they unique boss fights, but once we complete them, we're going to get drops from the bosses, and those can be used to craft a bunch of cool different things. So right here, the Slicer's Dice, which is a charm, attacks sometimes do more damage, and it's affected by luck. We could also get the Ace of Iron, which sometimes negates incoming attacks and also is affected by luck. Things like the Caged Heart, which reduces damage that exceeds a quarter of your max health. So all these different things. There's some cool rifles that we can get. There's some cool reach increasing things. And right here, this is just flat out attack damage. So a lot of cool things that we can get. And I figured that'd be sort of a fun way to break things up in I don't even know. We're not halfway through the series. I don't even know where we are in the series, but to break things up a little bit because we've been just inside doing a lot of that stuff recently. So what we need to do first is open up our system, craft some of these so that we can spawn in the bosses, and then go find an open area where we can fight these guys that's not going to potentially destroy stuff if they destroy land around them, because I know there's explosions that come with these fights. I don't know if it destroys land or just hurts you. I've not really seen anything on them, but I looked it up to know a little bit about spawning them, so it'll be exciting for us to kind of figure out together. So we're going to make the Haunted Bell, and we're going to start with one, but because there are multiple different sort of trinkets and charms and stuff that I might want to make, maybe we'll have to fight a couple of these multiple times if it goes well at least. So we should be able to make these. They're pretty cheap, honestly. So the hardest one is a diamond, 4 netherrack, and 4 gold. So I'm assuming they're going to be at least slightly difficult because it's so easy to make them that I'm assuming the gating mechanism behind getting some of these, if they're meant to be difficult to get, is going to be the fact that the boss fight itself isn't super easy. So, okay, so we've made a bunch of advancements now. We've got all the stuff we need, and I'm thinking that the best place to do this, we should probably sleep so that it's daytime, but I'm thinking that the best place to do this will be over in the open area right near where our mechanism stuff is. So we can just kind of head over there. So that is going to be the Red Rock Lowlands. It's occurring to me right now, I'm not going to have XP to teleport home. So let's hope that we kill these guys because we'll get XP from them. And if we take a look at the map, there should be an open area somewhere around here that we can go to. So on our way over there, though, I want to do one thing. Well, I should talk about 2 things first. So I have been told that we have not seen the jet boots to their full effect because of builder's mode and flight stabilizers. So we're going to disable all of these for now so that we can see its, cool effects that make it like an Iron Man suit. But also, right here, last episode, and you'll see this when the episode airs. I'm making a backlog of episodes right now for when I'm on vacation, as I've mentioned in the past, but I am cringing at myself because I was talking about removing the enchantment glint, and right here, there's a button for it. And so we just click that and get rid of it. Now, funny enough, when I clicked it, when I was off camera, it didn't work. But now it works. So that's great. Cool. But this is what the armor looks like right now. It matches my claws on my hand pretty well. I don't know if I'm feeling this color for the armor, but we're going to go with it. But I did, in that video, while I was editing it, I realized that there is, in fact, the option down here. And I was cringing. So I wanted to point that out. It's fixed now. But it won't let me save it. Did that save? Okay, it did save. Awesome. It didn't let me have the option to save it, so I was hoping it saved. But either way, now let's test out the jet boots. So when you fly, it's... Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is... this might make people a little bit motion sick, but this is how the boots work. So you can kind of, like, propel yourself by holding space, and you can go really, really fast. So I think that's really cool. You will still hover, and there's a couple options that I think we can turn on with these, so we don't need builder's mode, but I think the flight stabilizers will be good, because then when we're done flying, it brings us to an immediate halt. So you don't get that kind of moving around at the end. I think that's useful. But either way, I'm thinking that these will be useful in today's fight, because from what I have seen, the bosses fly around a lot. So we're going to want to grab out my bow, and that should be this one, very nicely enchanted. And then we're going to want to grab out at least one arrow. So I'll grab out a stack, because if they are flying, we could just use our sword, but we could also shoot them. So we should be good. And I think this is an open area. We've got all of our food set up, because our bag is now auto-eating the bread from in it. Since last episode, we progressed to that. But without further ado, we should jump into this, because the episodes recently have been like 35 minutes long, and I'm trying to make this one not 35 minutes long and just be some more exciting stuff. So I always ramble, though. The beginning like 5 minutes of episodes is probably so boring for you guys, so I need to get better at that. But either way, I think what we're doing is just right-clicking and holding on this, and it should summon the dude, and this should be the easiest one. So, okay, swampjaw, there he is. Now let's see. I want to just kind of get hit. Let's see how much damage do these do. I'm trying to get hit. Okay. So it doesn't really do any damage to us right now, and he dies pretty quickly. So we'll just eat that one. Oh, okay, so that actually hurts. Never mind, that hurts a little bit. I guess we ate the explosion to our face, but either way. So he's dead. Now we're going to pick up all the loot, and we're going to take a look at this, because we got Bog Champion. Okay. Well, that's actually a pretty good play on words, I guess. But so the thing that we care about is the Mossy Tooth. And if we take a look at this, we can use it to make the Caged Heart, the Bone Raker, or the Depth Star. And then what else is there? We can also make Marshy Delight, which I guess gives a ton of food. Now, you only get one of these, so you'd have to fight that boss every time. So this is something that maybe we eat once so that we get the bonus to our hearts, and that's kind of it. But really, the one that I want is going to be the Bone Raker. So we're going to make that. I don't really care much for the Depth Star. The Caged Heart, maybe, but I don't know which I like more, the Ace of Iron or the Caged Heart. I'm thinking the Ace of Iron because it's affected by luck, and so we can just use our luck trinket, or our potion of luck. Like, we have luck 2 right now, I don't know what you call that, or to trinket or whatever it is. But yeah, so we're done with that boss fight. I don't think that's one we're going to do a second time. We got another Epic Shader grab bag. The next one is the Haunted Bell. So this one is supposed to be the second most difficult one. And so I don't know if it increases in like a linear fashion or what, but that's kind of where this one is at right now. So let's do the same thing. Hold it down. The bellringer. Oh my gosh, there's the... Okay, this guy takes way less damage. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, so it's really hard to fight him when I'm flying with this thing. This is interesting, trying to... Let's try and fight like Iron Man, right? We're just gonna... Oh my gosh, this has such crazy knockback. This is horrible to try and fight like this. I bet Builder's Mode is so much easier to fight with, because you're like zipping past him, it's too fast. Oh, I got him. Nice. This is like a challenge in and of itself to do. Oh my gosh, he is so loud. He's not doing like any damage to us, but he is so loud. Look at how many, like, things he's spawning. Okay, we're going through. Another one. There we go. Almost dead. You know what? Let's just... It was fun while it lasted, but we're just gonna shoot this guy. Okay, so now we gotta make our way all the way back down. I'm curious how much XP these guys give, too, because they are a boss fight, technically, but they're not looking like they give much XP. Immaterial and missing power. Okay, so now we got the Phantoplasm, we got another Epic Shaders grab bag, and we got some gold, it looked like. So if we take a look at the uses for this one, we could make Aether Glaze cupcakes, and this is another one. It doesn't look like this is nearly as good a food, but it's like all sugar. But this one is another one that we could just make and eat at one point so that we can get the bonus. Now there is the Spectre's Grasp, but that one's going to take up a hand slot. This is reach distance. I'd prefer to use the Bone Raker for that. There is the Passage's Toll, which teleports you up to 16 blocks through any surface. That's pretty cool. But that one, I don't know if that's got like a one-time use and then it's consumed. It's not like a trinket or anything, so I don't know about that. There is the Spectre's Eye, which reveals nearby hostile mobs, so maybe we take a look at that. And then there is the Phantasmal Rifle. Now this one looks pretty cool. Projectiles can go through blocks and stuff like that. So this one looks cool to me. Maybe we try that out. But this boss fight didn't really have as much as, you know, the stuff that I wanted. Really, the next one is the one that has the stuff that I want. And that's going to be the hardest one, of course. So maybe we got to fight this guy multiple times. I'm also going to be turning off the we're gonna do builders mode and smart hover, because if we can just fly up and hit this guy and just hover there and do it, that's what we're gonna do, because it's a little bit of a pain to do it in any different way. I also want to note, and maybe you've heard this or seen this while I'm fighting, but obviously we're moving around a lot, we're doing stuff, so we're burning through hunger, and we're just eating the food in here. Now it's consuming my cooked mutton first before the bread, but it's so nice. It does not take time to eat at all. So last episode, when I said I wasn't sure how it worked, it just instantly feeds you. It's awesome. So that's making our lives a lot easier here. But now we are on to the last boss fight. Again, we might need to do this one multiple times, but this is supposed to be the hardest one. So I don't know anything about what's going to happen with this. Hopefully it's not as loud as that last dude, but I'm suspecting it might be. So I guess here we go. So where is he? Okay, so it's literally just a dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're flying because apparently he summons things on the ground. Those things hurt. Oh my gosh. What? Are you supposed to be able to avoid that? What? Okay, we're just gonna... Does our sword... How much does our sword do to him? It's the knockback, man. I gotta get rid of this knockback enchantment. I assume you're supposed to avoid those, but my goodness. It's like, is that even possible to avoid? I'm sure it is, but okay. Well, he doesn't seem that difficult, so it should be possible to get... Oh my gosh, they move around so much, though. Why does that have to be a thing? Okay, there we go. We got him. I'm horrible at shooting. Apparently, I'm dodging half of these by just walking towards him, so that's pretty nice. Okay. Almost dead. At least he stands still when he's shooting stuff at us. And... Got him? Is he gonna burn to death? He did. Nice. Oh, he drops enchanted books. Maybe we got something good that we can add on to our stuff. Okay, so 4 levels there. Not bad. What's this? Enchanted book. What enchantment is it? Straddle jump. What? Increases the height of straddle board jumps from Alex's mobs. What's this one? Insight 2. Increases experience gain when using the item. And then we got some emeralds. And we got Fortune's Favor. And another Epic Shaders grab bag. If we open this, like, do we get... Or is there, like, rarities? So we got an epic, another epic, another epic. Are these all epic? Do you just get epic stuff from this? I have no idea. Now, some of this stuff took damage. So, something that we should probably look into if we're going to fight more of these guys would be... And I did get XP, so I can go home. So we can... You know what? I need to know the hotkeys for these better. Whoop, we want that. Okay. We can go quick fly over to, where was it? Oh, was that not? Is the smart hover the one that stops? Oh, no, it's because I'm holding my keys down. Okay. Where is our waystone? I've lost it, guys. Okay, it should be over here. There we go. So we've got our bed here, and then we got our waystone. So let's go home, and we need to add in some upgrades to the armor. Now, it looks like it really hasn't lost much pressure, even though we've been flying around. We can grab out some more food there. Working flawlessly, might I add. But the upgrades that I care about, well, first off, let's craft the stuff from here that I want mostly. So I think the Slicer's Dice is really cool. I also think the Ace of Iron is really cool, but we'll have to fight another one for that. So I want this. I also want the Bone Raker. And then I don't really know if I care much. I mean, we can take a look at the Spectre. Well, that's a charm too. So I guess we're not really, you know, if we make anything, we're going to make this rifle. But how does this fire? Does it need like ammo? I assume it needs ammo. So yeah, so I assume we need ammo of some kind for this. So I'll figure that out. So we've crafted it, but we'll have to figure that out later. But now we can put on the hands, and this will replace right here. This increases our attack speed in the hands, but I'd rather have these. Do they have like a visual? No? Wow, okay, well they don't have a visual. The next one we want to do is the Slicer's Dice, which is a charm. Wait, can we have... Oh my gosh, we can wear two! Right, because we have two hands. I'm an idiot. What? I totally wasn't even thinking about that. Okay. And then the charm. So we'll put on the dice. So now we should have a chance, and we're affected by luck, and we have luck. So at a chance at doing more damage, and we should just do in general 2 more attack damage. So I don't know how likely we are to do more damage and what more damage, you know, constitutes, but we can dump the rest of this stuff in there now. Just this random junk back in here. I'll leave this because I'm going to figure out how to use that later. But I kind of want to make the Ace of Iron, because this just seems like it pairs really well with the Slicer's Dice, and so we need to craft this again. But at the same time, I want to take a look at the upgrades to the pneumatic armor, if I could type, where is it? The item life upgrades. So we need a clock for this, and I think we only need like 1 of these in each item, but basically this is going to make it so that the items can repair themselves. So if we do 4... it's going to use pressure from what I know to repair the item. So we barely have any apples. Wow, okay. Yeah, so we barely have any apples. So we can at least try putting these in some. I guess that's not something that I typically have a bunch of. Okay, so which ones really need it? So let's put it in the chest plate. So we can do this, and I'm assuming they can have more than 1. Yeah, so item life upgrades allow the armor piece to be slowly auto-repaired at the cost of air. So you get less efficient air usage though. So if we're not constantly fighting stuff, we should probably not put a bunch of these in, because it'll make it less efficient air usage. But either way, I guess these should now repair. So if we take a look at the durability, another easy way to make them repair is literally just to hold them, because that is so slow. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not really concerned about, I guess, the armor taking damage now. So we should be good. It's making me fly when I'm in my bed. Okay, well, that's a little bit absurd. But if we head back out there now, we should be good to do the final boss fight. And so we'll go to the Red Rock Lowlands, and we'll fly over. It's clearly not as critical to be far away, because we just end up flying up into the air and fighting, but I'll still fight over here. And we are going to do this fight one more time. So we'll summon him up. We should see if we get any bonus attack damage that we're doing. So let's get him out here. And where is he? Let's just try... Well, I guess we're not gonna... Oh, right. The things on the ground. Those things hurt. Okay. So we'll just kind of chill and shoot him. I do want to try out the differences that these new items make, but it's just... it's not really worth it at this point. The bow is so much better for fighting these guys than the sword that I have. My sword is so bad, though. I really need to upgrade it. That's like the one piece of armor, or one piece of gear that is really, like, not good. And... almost dead. What? He got pushed through. Pushed through the tree. Can you stop, friendo? There we go. Okay, he's dead. So let's see what enchants we got this time. And, okay. So we got, no, those are my trinkets. So we got, that's a lot. Okay, so this one is efficiency and ender disruption. And then we got phalanx, pedestal range, and riptide. And then what do we get from our epic shader grab bag? We got a, okay, I just got a bunch of lag. Okay, we got a dark fire shader. Okay, cool. But we got the fortune's favor. And so I want to make the, where is it? I want to make the ace of iron. So we should be able to make that right now. And this can go in our slot up here, right? None of these show. None of these ones show on you. It's a little bit disappointing. I feel like that would look pretty cool. So this one is affected by luck and sometimes negates incoming attacks. So now we're decking our guy out. So we got a couple other things we need to fill. We need the head slot. We need the focus. Obviously we could do, I think one of these might affect the head slot. Maybe? No? There's also weapons for this and stuff. There's the cutlass. There is like, I guess there's these two and then the guns. But either way, we're decking out our guy. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Definitely not a crazy long episode. I wanted to do a bit of a shorter one this time and just kind of do some boss fights, have a little bit of fun, and that's pretty much it. See how the gear is working. Obviously, it is very powerful. I can get even better enchants on it. I can add more upgrades in. I do need the self-repairing because these things are clearly going to take if we do harder boss fights, and these were clearly not that hard for us. But, you know, they'll take more damage, and I'm hoping there's more boss fights in this pack that we can do, and we also need a better sword. Now, the pick is fine, the bow is really good, but my sword is abysmal, so I need a better sword, and I'll deal with that in the future. For now, we'll just use the bow. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to subscribe so you never miss out on a future one as they come out every Monday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will talk to you guys later.